Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the City Council regular meeting for the City of Warrenville for November 21st, 2016. May I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Eschauer.
Here.
Alderman Berry.
Here.
Alderman Bevere.
Here.
Alderman Davalos.
Here.
Alderman Goodman.
Here.
Alderman Hoffman.
Here.
Alderman Widener.
Here.
Alderman Wilson.
Here.
Thank you, Emily. Would you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, this is the part of the meeting we set aside for citizens' comments. We have one person signed up this evening, Bob Siebert.
Bob Siebert, Albright Court. History has a tendency to repeat itself. In 1989, citizens collected signatures for an advisory referendum. In 2016, citizens collected signatures for an advisory referendum. The percentage outcome was almost identical on the two votes. In both cases, the elected representatives of the city of Warrenville went against the wishes of almost 2/3 of those who voted. But in 1989, there was an hour-and-a-half debate on cable TV presenting both sides of the issue. Perhaps it would be appropriate to have a debate in 2016. The picture on the wall that you all pass every time you walk in to this room was donated by a previous alderman, Bill Marzano, and his neighbor during the 1990s. It was placed here and requested by these individuals that it would be a reminder to all future and current elected officials that their task is to listen to the citizens. The city of Warrenville is not the elected officials. The city of Warrenville is not the consultants. The city of Warrenville is not the employees. The city of Warrenville is the citizens. And I wish them all a happy and peaceful Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Bob. We'll move on to official and staff comments, beginning with the mayor. First of all, the announcement from Community Development Director Mentzer about a special plan commission meeting. Ron?
Good evening, and thank you. Just wanted to take a minute to make the City Council aware of the fact, and anybody that might be watching the meeting online or on Channel 10, that next Wednesday, November 30th, the Plan Commission is going to hold a special meeting, and the main purpose of that meeting is to have a courtesy review of Earhart Construction's proposed concept development plans for Civic Center redevelopment site number 1, the former Musselman property. So if anybody's interested to learn more about the type of development that the city is considering for that property, please put it on your calendar and attend the meeting. It will be open to the public, and there'll be opportunities for the public to ask questions and provide some input.
And as I understand it, we're recording the meeting so that if you can't make the meeting, you have the opportunity to watch it at a later time, right?
Thank you. Yes, that's correct. There'll be a recording done, and that will also be available on the city's YouTube page the following day.
Great. Thank you. The meeting is at 7 p.m., correct?
7 p.m. on November 30th in the council chambers.
In the council chambers. Great. Thank you, Ron. And Chief, at the department, we're doing our usual Toys for Tots, right, this year again?
That's correct, Mayor, and for many years, we've been participating in this well before I was here. In conjunction with the United States Marine Corps, we'll be collecting toys for kids that would maybe have a less than bright Christmas without the generosity of the people that are willing to donate those toys. So if you're out there doing your Christmas shopping or online ordering things, if you could pick up a new unwrapped toy, we are accepting them at the police department during normal operating hours until December 16th, at which time these will be taken then by the Marine Corps representative, and they will see that these are distributed to kids in the area, again, that may not have such a nice Christmas without the kindness of all the folks here. So thank you.
Great, thank you, Chief. And the last thing I have is that we have in our possession the latest Warrenville Community Calendar. I think when you see it, you will be very impressed. The theme this year is Bridges in Warrenville. There are some amazing photographs of the bridges that we have in our town. Keith and Deborah Swindon again did this for us. This was provided by a grant from Exelon Generation for I think the 7th or 8th time in a row they've provided the funds for this. Very, very nicely done. Some great pictures of the community. You're going to look at some of them and say, wow, that looks like Colorado or something. It doesn't look like the Midwest. So they've done a super job. We have a limited number this year. We got fewer. Went back to the spiral binding because it's a lot nicer than the binding we had last year. That was more expensive, so we were not able to get as many copies, but we have enough to probably fill up some refrigerators around town. So come in. Right now they're available at City Hall, so when you're out and about, stop by and pick one up for your friends or your family. And hopefully we'll be able to get some out to some other venues also so they get distributed. But it's here, it's really nice, and special thanks to Deborah and Keith. They put a lot into this, and I think you're going to enjoy having it in your home. And that's all I have today. Clerk?
A little early announcement, but to put it on your calendars, Trinity Lutheran is again having the live nativity on December the 10th and the 11th. And we've only had to go in one time, and that was just because it was raining and so hard we couldn't put up the electrical equipment. So the animals went inside, and so did we. So maybe our good weather will hold out and come and see us then. We enjoy presenting this. And then the other thing is the Warrenville Park District is having a holiday open house on Wednesday, December the 14th from 6 to 9 p.m. And this is also in celebration of Director Diane Dillow's retirement after 17 years. And it will be at Rock Bottom Brewery. They would like RSVPs by Monday, December the 5th, and just call the main number at the Park District. Thanks.
Great, thank you, Emily. Alderman. Alderman Goodman.
I just want to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Got that done. Excellent. City Administrator, thank you, Alderman.
Just wanted to make sure everybody sees there is a memorandum on the table for your review, but it does request that the motion for the consent agenda item C be revised. It should have been a resolution. We put a ordinance on there, and that's an error. So if the, excuse me, when you approve the agenda, if you could just simply incorporate that amendment, that it will be resolution number 2016-36 instead of the ordinance that was in the packet, and you have the copy of the resolution on the table tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John. City Attorney?
I have nothing tonight. Thank you, Mayor.
Very good. We'll move on then to the approval of the agenda for this evening. Alderman Widener.
Yes, I move to approve the agenda with the changes recommended by Attorney Freeman, changing item C to read pass resolution 2016-36. Pass the agenda, or approve the agenda for November 21st, 2016, the City Council regular meeting.
Second.
Okay, any other changes requested? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The agenda is approved as amended for this evening. We have a couple of sets of minutes that need approval also. Alderman Weider?
Yes, move to approve the minutes of the November 7th, 2016 City Council regular meeting and to approve the minutes of the November 14th, 2016 Community Development Committee of the Whole regular meeting.
Second by Alderman Wilson. Discussion of those minutes? Again, seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Minutes are approved. Thank you. Consent agenda for this evening reads as follows. Item 6A, accept Community Development Committee recommendation, waive second reading, and pass ordinance number 3043, amending the city's school, park, and library land and cash contribution requirements that would require library contribution requirements to be based on a flat fee of $127 per new person, and the school and park per acre land value to be $150,000. B, accept Community Development Committee recommendation, waive second reading, and pass ordinance number 3044, approving a plat of easement grant for 28 West 781 Town Line Road. C, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and pass Resolution 2016-36, approving the First Amendment to a communication site lease agreement between the City of Warrenville and New Singular Wireless PCS LLC. D, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and pass Resolution number 2016-32, approving a change order in the amount of $3,350, increasing the police department roof rehabilitation contract to $200,750, as is one, required by circumstances not reasonably foreseen at the time of the original contract was signed, and two, germane to the original contract as signed, and three, in the best interests of the city. E, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and pass Resolution 2016-33, waiving the competitive bidding requirement and awarding the SCADA upgrade contract to Metropolitan Pump Company in the amount of $108,070, and direct staff to set up a cloud SCADA cellular service for $822 per month. F, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and pass Resolution 2016-34, approving the contract with James J. Bennis and Associates Incorporated for Deal Road Turn Lane Improvements Phase 1 Engineering Services in the amount of $43,046 and authorizing Senior Civil Engineer Hocking to execute the proposal. G, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and pass Resolution 2016-35, approving the contract with Engineering Resource Associates for engineering services for the Mack Road Bike Path Phase 1 in an amount of $75,446 and authorizing Senior Civil Engineer Hocking to execute the proposal. H, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and 1, endorse the attached November 9th, 2016 outline of commitments between the City of Warrenville and Duke Realty, and 2, direct staff and the city attorney to negotiate detailed funding, construction, right-of-way, and easement acquisition and recapture agreements required to implement the various commitments contained in it. I, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and designate Alderman Goodman and Alderman Widener to work with staff and BDI Incorporated on developing a detailed scope of work that would become the basis for either a potential contract with BDI or requests for proposals the city would distribute to identify a consulting firm that would help the city define its brand and marketing strategy. J, receive and file approved minutes of the Electrical Commission regular meeting held on October 28, 2015. K, receive and file approved minutes of the Bicyclist and Pedestrian Advisory Commission regular meeting held on October 12, 2016. L, receive and file approved minutes of the Board of Fire and Police Commission regular meeting held on October 25th, 2016. M, receive and file draft minutes of the Plan Commission and Zoning Board of Appeals regular meeting held on November 10th, 2016. And receive and file report of invoices paid up to November 16th, 2016 in the amount of $45,536.51. O, authorize expenditures for invoices due on or before December 5th, 2016 in the amount of $607,767.35. And P, receive and file report of debit card expenditures for the month of October 2016 in the amount of $6,961.40. Alderman Widener.
Move to approve the agenda as read by Mayor David Brummel.
Second.
Motion and a second by Alderman Davalos. May I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Berry,
Aye.
Alderman Bevere,
Aye.
Alderman Hoffman,
Aye.
Alderman Wilson,
Aye.
Alderman Ashour,
Aye.
Alderman Goodman,
Aye.
Alderman Widener,
Aye.
Alderman Davalos.
Aye.
Thank you, Emily. I would just note a lot of very, very substantial and meaty items on tonight's agenda. If you'd like some further information on any of those, I would invite you to dial up on YouTube the community development meeting from last week where all of those things were discussed in detail. Some amazing things happening in town, some improvements coming that we've been working on for a long time, some very important cooperation with other governmental entities and businesses that are going to be a big plus for Warrenville going forward. So take a look at this agenda. If you have questions, again, watch that meeting or call and talk to somebody and get an explanation that way. But again, good things are happening in Warrenville. Lots to be thankful for. Speaking of things to be thankful for, there's nothing under the regular agenda, nothing under unfinished business, no new business, no closed session. Is that correct? Yes. Always have to check. One last motion is, however, required. Alderman Widener.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Well done. A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.